Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Edwin Allen schoolgirl missing since Friday. The search is on for missing grade 10 Edwin Allen High School student Jodian Hayes. Hayes, who was last seen at the school on Friday, March 11, never made it home. Principal Jermaine Harris said he was informed about her disappearance on Monday. No one has heard anything, he said. A report has been made to the Frankfield police station. Harris is urging the community to share any information members may have. According to Harris, staff and students are very concerned. The Frankfield police stated that there has been no breakthrough. 4 shot, 1 dead in Clarendon attack. 1 of 4 people who were shot and injured in Sandy Bay, Clarendon, had died. He has been identified as Kieran Hansen, otherwise known as Willie, a 25-year-old laborer from Inverness Drive in Sandy Bay. The 3 other gunshot victims remained hospitalized, the police stated. Reports are that about 8:30 p.m., the 4 were among other people standing at Hungrytown Square in Inverness Drive, drinking and having a conversation. Police said a white Toyota Axio motor car drove up and stopped. 4 men exited the motor car, brandished guns, and opened gunfire at the men. Hansen and the other victims were shot in various parts of their bodies. All 4 were rushed to hospital, where they were admitted. Hansen later died. Police have not yet established a motive for the attack. Makeup artist Higler accused of robbing man at knife point. A makeup artist and Higler were slapped with robbery and aggravation charges after they were accused of robbing a man of $20,000 in downtown Kingston on Monday, March 14. Charged are 21-year-old Maurice Smile, otherwise called Browning, a makeup artist of Seabreeze Avenue, and 25-year-old Kristen Wigan Higler of Drakes Park, both in Kingston. Reports are that about 5:55 p.m., the complainant was at the intersection of Tower and Princess Streets in downtown when he was approached by Smile and Wigan, who brandished his knife and proceeded to rob him 20,000 Jamaican dollars. The woman then escaped in the area. A report was made to the police, and Smile and Wigan were pointed out by the man. They were subsequently arrested and charged. Security guard fatally stabbed while on duty in Ocho Rios. A security guard was allegedly stabbed to death while on duty at a plaza in Ocho Rios, St. Anne on Monday. He has been identified as 21-year-old Kimani Grace of Lloyd's District in St. Thomas. Reports are that about 4 a.m. Monday, Grace was attacked and stabbed by a group of men while he was on duty at the plaza. It is alleged that the wounded man made an alarm to his superiors, but he reportedly succumbed to his injuries before he could be assisted. His body was later found with stab wounds. The St. Anne police are investigating. Ward hospitalized after prison suicide attempt. A ward who reportedly attempted suicide on Monday afternoon at the South Camps Juvenile Correctional and Remand Center for Girls is recovering in hospital. The incident took place around 5 p.m. The 17-year-old ward was discovered hanging in her ceiling by another inmate who alerted authorities. Senior Superintendent Marlon Nesbitt, commander of the St. Andrews Central Police Division, confirmed. She was subsequently taken to the Kingston Public Hospital, where she is being treated and is under observation by medical personnel for her safety. The Crossroads police were notified of the incident and an investigation is ongoing. The Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom launched a preliminary investigation into the matter, said Senior Public Relations Officers Daniel Anderson. Indicom investigators conducted inquiries at the DCS facility and interviewed the ward. The Commission has now determined that the allegation is not within our investigative remit. The ward has not made an allege against any members of the DCS, nor at this time is there any apparent case of negligence, Indicom reported. As a result, the DCS will undertake all remaining investigative procedures and internal reviews. Calls to Monique Price, the Department of Correctional Services DCS Director of Communications and Public Relations, went unanswered. The reason for the ward's attempted suicide has not yet been determined. Last month, the DCS reported systematic dysfunctionality in the rehabilitation and reintegration of juvenile detention facilities across Jamaica, indicating that mental health concerns among the youth population needed to be addressed. Only 2 full psychologists, 2 other engaged sessional, and 2 sessional psychiatrists are scheduled to provide counseling service across the 4 juvenile detention centers, which serve up to 200 youths aged 12 to 18. The 4 facilities are the Top Hill Juvenile Correctional Center, Royal Juvenile Correctional Center, Metcalf Street Secure Juvenile Center for boys, and the South Camp Juvenile Correction and Remand Center for girls. Juvenile offenders are detained for a variety of offenses including assault, occasionally bodily harm, murder, and simple larceny. Some are also held on the premises of being uncontrollable. There is need for child and adolescent psychiatrists, as well as additional psychologists dedicated to serving the children so that diagnosis can be made on a timely basis and treatment sustained, the report stated. COP wants more community-based approach to fighting crime. Commander of the St. Catherine South Police Division, Senior Superintendent Christopher Phillips, has called for a more inclusive, community-based approach to fighting crime. The aim is to meet with the different groups and develop an understanding of what role you play in the security and policing of your space, because all of you play a very important role. The taxi operator, the business person, the schools, and the community members all play a critical role, said Phillips while addressing business leaders and party promoters at a community forum held at the Old Harbour Courthouse on Sunday in anticipation of the reopening of the entertainment sector. Phillips laid out what he described as a new concept of policing and security, which he referred to as a multidimensional concept in which multiple agencies are involved in the social problems and issues that confront communities. We basically now deploy according to what the challenges are, and not just a mass wide-scale deployment, but to be far more surgical and with more precision, Phillips revealed. He said this approach has so far led to the disruption of umbrella gang operating out of Newland, Noggerhead, that have been terrorizing Portmore for some time, with the arrest and charge of 10 persons who will face the court. With police statistics showing that 70% of the murders committed in Portmore last year were gang-related, Phillips called for a shift in focus in tackling the surge. Dorothy Gale, who runs the church pen round robin, said she avoided confrontation with the law by simply shutting down her business for the past 2 years. I want the government to just open up the country so we can get back to normal. I have suffered tremendous loss, she stated. Brenda Marcon, owner of Old Harbour Stakeland, said she had to find employment overseas during the period to sustain her household. The opening up of the entertainment sector, however, will not come without some stipulated restrictions, according to Deputy Superintendent of Police Mark Harris of the Old Harbour Police. He pointed out that all party promoters must get a permit from the police to host their parties that should not go beyond 2 a.m., and they must be an adherence to the Noise Abatement Act. A space of gamebox robberies from bars in the Old Harbour space has also become a worrying trend for the police. Harrison said that law enforcers are working to break the trend in theft. He encouraged bar owners to implement security measures to minimize robberies and break-ins. Phillips disclosed that the absence of serial numbers on these boxes often hinder investigation, leading to the recovery of equipment and the appearance of thieves. Meanwhile, Phillips encouraged party promoters to form an association so they can better coordinate and manage the industry. He said this will also help the police in isolating persons who are not from the area but who may be seeking to launder money. Hanover JFB wants urgent attention to be given to motorcyclists. As the voices get louder nationally against the noise pollution being created by motorcyclists and the number of them involved in criminal activities, the Jamaica Fire Brigade JFB Hanover Division has joined the cry for more attention to be paid to that set of motorists, but for a different reason. According to information out of the Hanover Division of the Jamaica Fire Brigade, of 16 road accidents which occurred in the parish during the month of February, to which the fire service had to respond, 10 involved motorcyclists, with several of the motorcyclists being severely injured and had to be taken to hospital. We have responded to 28 fire calls and 82 medical calls over the period of February. The motorcyclists keeping tapping into our resources, and it is of concern to us. Of 16 road accidents we had recorded, 10 motorcycle crashes over the period, and 6 motor vehicles, Divisional Head for the Hanover Division of the JFB, Deputy Superintendent Raymond, told a Hanover Municipal Corporation monthly meeting recently. Raymond expressed the view that speeding and careless riding are the main causes of the motorcycle accidents occurring across the parish, which he says, in most cases, could be avoided if the riders exhibited more responsibility and are more careful. Most of those motorcycle riders are not adopting a responsible approach, neither are they taking the proper precaution for operating those vehicles, and why most of them are being injured so seriously is because they are not wearing the necessary protective gear for operating motorcycles, he emphasized. Mayor of Lucy and Chairman of the Hanover Municipal Corporation, Sheridan Samuels, reiterated his call for more action to be taken against careless motorcycle riders against the parish, adding that they are nuisance in more ways than one. They, the motorcycle riders, break every possible law on the books on a daily basis. I am sure most of them are not even worthy to be on the road, as they are not licensed to be on our roadways, neither are they insured as required by law, Samuels argued. At a January Municipal Corporation meeting, Samuels also commented on the noise nuisance that motorcycles were making in the communities across the parish and called on the police then to do what they can do to take all the illegal ones off the roadways. Meanwhile, Superintendent of Police in charge of the parish, Sharon B. Putt, argued that the police have been doing their utmost best with regards to the control of motorcycles within the parish, as they continue to seize illegal ones where necessary. She adds that the yard space of the Hanover Police Headquarters, located on Watson Taylor Drive, is now the holding area for several hundred motorcycles, which have been seized over time. There is not very much more that we can do, as we are doing all we can, and the amount of motorcycles parked at our headquarters speaks for itself, Beeput stated. Raymond called for more attention to be paid to these motorcycle operators with respect to training and licensing, and they are causing quite a strain on the limited resources of the emergency medical services and health services within the parish. 18 new COVID cases in Jamaica, 1 death reported. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported 18 new COVID-19 cases and 1 death on Monday, March 14, bringing the infection total to 128,418 and total deaths to 2,851. The new cases comprise 12 females and 6 males, with ages ranging from 10 months to 79 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 7, St. James 6, Manchester 1, Portland 1, St. Anne 1, St. Catherine 1, and Westmoreland 1. The deceased is an 89-year-old male from Kingston and St. Andrew. There were 108 recoveries in the last 24 hours, bringing the total to 79,633. Currently, 68 people are hospitalized, 4 of whom are severely ill, while 2 are critically ill and 10 are moderately ill. The Health Ministry reported a positivity rate of 5.1%. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.